just quickly making this video here, just to let people know what I've been up to. So I've been playing a little bit of Holocure occasionally. I have made 3 files. This took a little bit of time to set up, but it's okay. We have maxed this save. This is my main save, so it's got everything unlocked that you'd ever need. There's just a couple of collab entries in the armory missing, but that doesn't really matter. Those are bad collabs, so I just never got them, but the items to get them are unlocked, so just quickly look on the wiki which ones are missing there, and you can easily go fill those out in like one run. It's got more than enough money to ever go buy whatever gets released in the game. It's got way too much fish dust to be able to buy the last rod and still have plenty left over. About 1,000 of every single fish and vegetable resource needed for crafting foods, etc., for any run that you might need. It's pretty much got, you name it, it's got it ready for you. It's got, I think, about 98% of the achievements complete. The last ones shouldn't be too hard for you to go do yourselves. In the leaderboards file, this is completely set up around doing the different stages and pushing for the leaderboards in Endless, so it only has items and weapons unlocked for that. What I mean by this is Gingy is probably the best item in the game right now on pretty much every single character. The builds that everyone usually runs is mostly orientated around a build that's known as the GOM build, which is called that because of the player that ran it, which is basically getting super headphones and breastplate, healing items like plushie, and then pairing it up with stuff like Halu and glasses, and pretty much just trying to become unkillable no matter who you play. Uses Gingy as a weapon, and then you have Rapdog in there as well, which is one of the best ones for stage 3 hard and just pretty much generally in the game. And then for your final slot there is EN Curse and Whammy, so you either take one or the other. You don't usually run both. So if you're playing someone like Mel, usually you run the Curse, but for example, if you're playing someone like Kiara or Ollie, Whammy does tend to fend a little bit better, so that is unlocked in there as well. You also have PPP, which is the Picky Pieman. This is for if you play a character that mostly plays around main weapon. I know Rubico's like main weapon sometimes, as well as I do with shenanigans on leaderboard pushing with Ollie, so it's there as an option, but because of how few items there are, the ones that you're not going to be using in your run, you just eliminate those, and you're only ever going to see items that you actually want to see. It's set up in the most min-maxy way possible in that extent. Every single character's fandom is also maxed. This also has a plethora of food materials for any type of food you might need, as well as those very few items I just said. In the time stage one, this has, again, all the fandoms maxed. That's pretty much the commonality in all of these files, but this only has items and weapons that are useful in the time stage. So this will only have things like blacksmith goggles, CEO tears, face mask, gorilla's paw, devil's hat, candy for the haste, focus shades if you're playing someone like Sway. What else is it? Am I missing anything here? I don't think I am. Oh, it's also got potato and plug type and all these things, all the big strong weapons and projectile weapons that you usually use in the time stage for leaderboard pushing. These are the only things unlocked here to give you more consistency on your attempts. Now, when you install these, please back up your own save. I have not experienced any issues installing these and using these myself, switching between them, etc., etc. But I don't want to be held accountable if you do run into an issue, so please back up your own save. If something goes wrong, just put your own save back in the file. The way that you apply these is quite simple. You'll head over to %localappdata/holocure, and this will give you a folder that looks like this. This file here is save n. This is your save. You will take this, you would right click, copy it, and go put it into a empty folder so you have it backed up and you are safe and sound in case you do mess up somewhere. You also want to set Steam to not be on cloud save. That way you don't override the file every time that you open the game. And then inside each of these folders that I have listed in the Dropbox, you'll see this. It has leaderboards, and this has the save file corresponding to that. So all you would then do is copy and paste this file into here, for example, and this will then, when you next launch the game, it will have this maxed save, or if you did leaderboards, it would have the leaderboard save, etc. The reason you want to copy and paste is because if you just dragged it in, what you would actually find is the file itself would like delete itself and replace. So for example, oh, I can't because I have Holocure open, but yeah, if I move this in here like this, for example, it would just disappear, which is not ideal. So yeah, copy and paste instead, it saves that. Alright, I hope this has been helpful. The text document you see in here is pretty much everything I just said. When it comes to instructions on how to do it, some things to look out for, etc., and all that stuff, what the files contain, and everything I just accounted for. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.